Recipe Glorious Forum. So this is another beautiful day in Zamunda, and so here we are with another video, just coming at you to say hi, tell you that I love you, tell you that you're awesome, and to kind of share with you what I just finished doing for like the last half hour while I was on lunch break, just to prove that we all have time in the day, even when we're not on quarantine, to do all the things that are good for us on a regular basis. So I hope you enjoy the clips. I'm working really hard at like managing that editing bit better. You tell me how I'm doing. Let me know if thumbs up, thumbs down, so I can see what I can do about making it better for you. I promised you exercise, I promised you food, and I even tossed in a little hygiene. So today I just wanted to come in and talk to you guys a little bit about, I don't know, life in general. Like right now, I realized that I think a lot of us are in a position where we're reevaluating the people that we associate with, and I think that is the biggest thing that a lot of us are doing right now. We're looking at the people that we have in our circle and trying to determine if they're on our level, below our level, or above our level. I know that we're evaluating people mentally, emotionally, their ability to, you know, handle stress, their ability to handle their lives for themselves. And I want to do two things. One, I want to talk about the evaluation, like whether or not it's a good thing, a bad thing, a neutral thing. And then the other thing I want to do is talk to you about you. Okay, so I will try to just cut all that out. Bella just scared the devil out of me. She made the strangest bark noise that I've never heard her make in my whole entire life, and had to run outside real quick just to find out that our neighbor behind us is cutting his grass. So she sounded like she was being attacked by a wild animal. Anyway, so what I was saying was, we're going to talk about the evaluation and then talk about ourselves. So let's just talk about how we evaluate people. We look at people and we ask ourselves, is this person smart? Is this person kind? Is this person wise, like common sense way, in common sense wise? We ask them, are they proficient? Are they career oriented? Are they money focused? You know, we ask all these questions, and during this time, it's not uncommon for you to start reevaluating some of the people that you talk to. When you're watching the news and you hear the facts, or you hear the things that are coming across the airwaves, and you talk to people who are in your circle, and you know that they've heard the same things, and you two have come to completely different conclusions, you might reevaluate your association with them, thinking that perhaps they're not as smart as you thought they were, or perhaps their common sense is not there, or perhaps their ability to logically deduce what is the next probable happening, and maybe you'll keep them, maybe you won't. Okay, tribe, thank you. You've had enough of the show today. Please be quiet. Shh. So the other thing is, you may look at the people that you thought, Tinky, shush. You may look at the people that you thought were keeping up with you mentally when it comes to, actually being engaged in current events, being engaged in what's going on out there. And you find out that they haven't read a newspaper. Not that a lot of people do. They haven't read any social media. They haven't watched any YouTube videos. They haven't watched any news. They haven't watched any, they haven't read any online articles. They are completely oblivious to the state of the world as of today. And you may decide that they're not people that you want to keep around because they live in blissful ignorance. And that's okay too. But you may also find that you have people in your circle that you thought were on your level that are above you, that are more prepared, that are mentally handling it better, that are handing out tips for other people to de-stress, who are more engaged in the current events, who have more networking, more access, who are able to give you information that you don't have access to or that you haven't been able to find. So those are the people that you would want to keep. You want to aspire to be them. We either have friends who are like us or people who we aspire to be like. We typically don't keep the friends who, we're trying to drag along, because eventually you get tired of trying to drag them along with you. And in this point, in this space and in this time, it's not uncommon for you to reevaluate those relationships and come to some of those conclusions. Now, at the same time, you may be reevaluating yourself. Let me say one thing before we get started. Don't be too harsh with yourself. Okay? We are our own worst critics. We're so mean to ourselves. We look at every little spot, every little wrinkle, every little curve, every little bulge, every little mishap in our communication, every word that we say wrong, and we judge ourselves so harshly. But what are you measuring yourself against? Are you measuring yourself against the rocket scientists who built the rockets at NASA? Are you measuring yourself against the the CEO of the corporations who are currently in charge of creating ventilators for the country? Are you measuring your life against the guy who lives down the street from you, who may have a 5-figure salary and who is able to donate $10,000 because, no big deal. It's only like 2% of his life savings. Like, what are you measuring yourself against that you are so critical and so mean to yourself about? Now, I say that in reference to yourself because I want you to also think of it in terms of the evaluation that we just finished talking about of other people. Who are you measuring these people against? If you're measuring them against you, is that a fair evaluation? Is it okay for you to look at them and say, yeah, you just don't know how to do life. You're not going to make it. You're just not living life right. And toss them. Or should you extend the same type of kindness you want other people to extend to you and that you should be extending to yourself? I have seen so many people give themselves freaking mental complexes because they are so harsh. If you love your life, if you are happy with what you have, if you are content in your current situation, if you don't mind having a junky house, dusty tables, if you are cool with the car that you drive that's 20 years old, if you are completely fine with your 5th grade education, guess what? You're doing awesome. You want to know why? The why is because our biggest problem is that we don't believe that we have the ability to do the things that are in our minds to do. There's nothing that you can't do. Not one thing in this whole entire world that you can't do if you set your mind to it. Our problems are, we look at someone else and say, God, I wish I had his car. I wish I had this. I wish I had that. And we're wishing for things and we don't even know what they cost. And I'm not talking about money. We don't know what those people had to do to get those things. We don't know what it cost them to have that BMW. We don't know what it cost them to live in that 5-bedroom mansion on 22 acres. We don't know what people had to do for that position and for that job that pays them, $300,000 a year. We don't know what people had to do, whether they had to scrimp and save and do things that you would never even want the walls to repeat. to get some of the beautiful things in life, the luxurious things in life. You have no clue. So if you are good with where you are, then don't let other people look at your life and tell you that it's not enough. You look at your life and decide if it's enough for you or if there's something else you want. And if there's something else you want, guide your decisions, guide your energy, and guide your mindset towards those things that you want. Line yourself up so that those things fall in place simply because of the actions that you're taking to head towards your goal, one little baby step at a time. Don't let somebody else tell you how to do it. Don't let somebody else tell you what you should be doing. And don't let anybody else tell you where your life should be headed based off of what they've done, what their mom has done, what your mom has done, whatever it is. Look at your life and decide what it is you want it to look like, and then take those steps to get there. It sounds so simple, and I know it's difficult because we still fall into that mindset of trying to, compare ourselves to other people. But one of my favorite quotes came from Dr. Seuss. He said, I don't know if it's Dr. Seuss, Einstein, somebody smart said, if you measure a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will feel dumb its entire life. Because a fish wasn't made to climb a tree. It wasn't made to live on dry land. A fish was made for the sea. And it swims better than any other creature on the whole planet. And that's what we have to do. We have to find the things that we're made for. Find what you're made for. And you'll find out that it's so easy to do. And that you do it better than almost 100% of the people on the planet. I love you guys. I think that you're an amazing person. And I know that you're great today, but a better version's on the way tomorrow. I love you, and I'm glad that you stopped by Heartspeak. I'm glad that you come by every single time you're here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and be sure to join us right back here. We're here every day for the duration of the quarantine. After that, I can't make any promises, but I'm here for you guys, always. And I love you. Mwah! Heartspeak out.